Hi, I'm Allison Galarza, and I teach painting, drawing, art history at Granger High School. And I've been doing PBL for a couple years now, and I would say if you're just getting on board now, you're pretty lucky because kind of early days versus now, there's a huge difference. Granite School District really revamped to sort of give the teacher a little bit more discretion, and that's been really beneficial. So if you kind of had a bad taste about it early on and sort of wrote it off, and now you're like, oh, dragging your feet, I got to do this. I know this is going to sound cheesy to say, but actually some of the stuff has really helped me with my craft and realize what I'm kind of wasting my time assessing. I think all my learning activities are still valuable, and to score well on my big assessments, I find that students who skip them do go back and do them before the reassessment, so that kind of validates, like, yes, these are valuable activities that no, I don't need to be taking their sketchbooks and grading every single one of them. It's more of a process that's beneficial for the student. So anyways, I guess early days versus now, now is a great time to be getting on board because a lot of the things, maybe besides some of the computer stuff, have been troubleshooted. So my number one piece of advice would be unpack the standards first if you haven't, because more than likely, pretty much everything you're already doing is going to fit into those, and it's nice. I have a little cheat sheet that I'll upload and have available to you. But if it's a sketchbook activity, if it's connecting an idea to their artwork, or if it's a show or writing about art or documentation, I kind of just have which activity it is and which standards go with it, and that makes it really pretty easy, the assessment part. So you're not remaking the wheel, it's there for you. And even until I worked with Dawn, kind of plugging the standards into my rubrics, I was sort of reinventing the wheel, and I didn't realize it's all right there. Just the standard, put your activity in that you're doing into the rubric, it's done. It doesn't have to take a lot of time once it's unpacked. So, and I know some people kind of complain about the visual arts, the vagueness of those standards, but honestly, that's your friend, because whether you're into teaching watercolor or charcoal drawing or whatever, that process is what our standards focus on, and it gives you a lot of freedom. So, and thereby the students a lot of freedom, since it's art, creative expression, right? What else? The Connect strand is really valuable as far as documenting the process. So if you're kind of a more of the journey teacher rather than their final product, that strand I find invaluable. And honestly, now that we have kind of the discretion to assess which standards how many times between your, with your PLC, you can come to those decisions. That's really cool. And if you have a safety standard or a process standard that you feel just needs to be right up front in your curriculum and assessed multiple times, that's great. And if you have the present strand, if you just have one show a quarter, a semester, then maybe you're just grading that standard one time, and it still now populates a grade. So that's really nice and been fixed. I think, lastly, from this last year, multiple modalities. Probably a lot of us realized we needed to pivot and have students be able to show proficiency in the visual arts in different ways. And so it's really nice, you can kind of build those into your rubrics now. Am I showing you this by making it? Am I showing you this by discussing it? My student success rate has really gone up since then. So you've got this. Unpack those standards, and the work's pretty much already done from there. So, all right.